It seems resume recording. The second session that we plan to do with you after yesterday's session on purpose discovery was how to teach you and to train you on how to present or conduct yourself in a professional environment. And you know, you are going to volunteer, you are going to serve in an NGO, in an institution that is legal, an institution that has leadership, has a team, board of directors, has projects, an institution that reports to partners, stakeholders, whatever. And there is a way that you, as the volunteer of this institution, needs to present and conduct his or herself. And one thing about volunteering is that it's also a path towards career growth. It's also a path towards promotion, right? You can do so well in your volunteering position, and the NGO can decide and recruit you as a full-time staff and put you on a salary. Why not? There is that possibility, right? So how you conduct yourself at work, how you conduct yourself in a professional setting like this is very critical for your career growth. There is no way you can ever experience career growth if you don't know how to present and conduct yourself professionally anywhere you find yourself. When I talk about career growth, what am I talking about? Promotion. You come as a volunteer, maybe someday you are promoted to a programs manager, a project manager. You come as a volunteer, someday you are given a salary, a good salary, 100,000, 150, 200, 300, whatever they decide to pay you, right? That is career growth. Career growth also could be further training and empowerment. Maybe you're so good, the way you present yourself and conduct yourself and believe in the vision, someday they send you to South Africa, to Nigeria, to Canada, to Europe, anywhere to go further training and come back and serve the people. So career growth can come in different ways, but the foundation, the bedrock of career growth is how you present and conduct yourself in the organization. You are here because you're going to be volunteers with Skylight NGO. And it's very important that as you work with the team, you work with the founder, the executives, the leaders of this institution, you are an asset. And the way you carry yourself is a plus for the institution. Conducting yourself has to do with the values that you exhibit. What are the kind of values, the professional values that you exhibit at work? Conducting yourself also talks about how you speak, how you think, how you process information, how you perceive things and people, how you dress, how you act and react when faced with either a good situation, a bad situation in the workplace. That is conducting yourself. If you're the kind of person that you just speak anyhow, you just speak, my mother used to say that, why are you speaking jabaka, jabaka, jabaka like that? Speak well, my friend, right? My mom hates when you're walking and dragging your feet. She'll be like, why are you walking bakaja, bakaja, bakaja? So you have not eaten for days, right? Yeah, so it's talking about conducting. There's a way you carry yourself, a way you exhibit yourself, the way you speak, the way you think, the way you process information, the way you perceive things, the way you dress, the way you act. These are very important in the professional setting. And if you are going to thrive, if you are going to grow as a professional, even within the NGO or even in your next job opportunity, you need to pay attention to this. You need to make sure that this is important. You are conscious of it. When you open your mouth to speak, are you speaking sense? Are you making sense of what you are saying? Number one, as far as area of focus is concerned, is dress appropriately and professional. Let me tell you something. How you look matters. First impression matters. Somebody doesn't need to be a wizard or a prophet to know that you are good inside. But for somebody to see you and trust you, for somebody to see you as a credible professional, how you look is important. You can look funny and somebody looks at you and just conclude that this one cannot do anything, just the way you look. But when you dress in a smart, professional, appropriate way, what happens is that you are sending a message that you are a professional, a message that you are trustworthy, a message that you are credible, and a message that you know where you are going. Therefore, choose the type of clothing your employer requires. Choose the right clothing. Choose the clothing for the occasion. If there isn't a dress code, pick the attire that is the norm for your place of employment. It's better you look business casual or you look business formal. For men, for example, for women, it's sometimes a bit easy. Sometimes just wear a nice looking gown. It's both business casual and business formal. For men, when they say business casual, you can wear your pants and you can wear a shirt and you tuck in. That is business casual. Or you can put on a coat on it if you want to business casual. But they say business formal, you must wear a tie, right? So these are things that you must pay attention to. But working in a place like an NGO, there are some days that you need to be business formal. There are some days that you need to be business casual. There are some days that you need to be smart. If you are going to the field, you may need to wear a jean and the t-shirt of the NGO, look smart and look ready for the field work. But you need to make sure that that's why the word appropriately is there. Appropriately. You dress according to the situation. You dress according to the day or what you're focusing on. The second area of work is accountability. Accountability. You need to be ready. You need to know that you will be held accountable. And accountability is two-way. They will hold you accountable for your actions, and you may need to hold your colleagues accountable for their actions. If you come to the NGO right now and they appoint you as a project officer over a particular project in Kumba, in Limbe, in Douala, and the senior executive gives you a task, please, in the next 2 days, can you develop a budget plan of this project we are going to execute in Kumba throughout December, throughout September? And then they give another person, please, can you develop an action plan of how we are going to visit 3 schools in the city of Limbe to do this and this and this? Develop the action plan, talk to the principals, talk to the whoever, and make sure that we have a concrete plan that we're going to do. That is a responsibility given to you, and you will be held accountable. So you must make sure that you are somebody who is comfortable with accountability, because you will be questioned for your actions, right? Number 3, time consciousness. Time is very important. There is no way you can talk about how you conduct yourself in a professional setting without time management. Time management is critical, right? There is in the United States, there is a saying that the #1 religion in the United States is time management. Time is very important. 5 minutes early is on time is late. Late is unacceptable. This is a powerful quote. 5 minutes early is on time. And that's, for example, like in the US setting, if a meeting is starting at 2 o'clock and you come at 10 minutes to 2, you are on time. If you come at 2 o'clock, you're actually late. That's how Americans behave. If a meeting is at 2 o'clock and you want to be early, you have to come at 1:30. Then that is when they recognize that you are early. If you come 5-10 minutes before 2 o'clock, you are on time. If you come exactly at 2 o'clock, they consider you late. And to them, late is a sign of disrespect. It's a sign of dishonor. That's why this is an American quote. Late is unacceptable at work. Late is unacceptable at work. Number 4, regulate your mood. Yes, it's very important. You cannot just behave anyhow. Like somebody will say, now so my own anger there. When I vex for you, don't bad. I always say that you need to be careful of people that when they get angry, they switch off their brains. There are some human beings that when they get angry, is that they have switched off their brains. They no longer think again. Be careful of human beings like that. They can destroy things. One of the ways to conduct yourself at work is how you regulate your mood. In other words, you can call it emotional intelligence. How you are able to take charge of your emotions. We all have days when we aren't feeling our best due to family issues and personal issues. Maybe you're broke or you're thinking of many things and all of that. But don't take it out on your boss. Don't take it out on your co-workers. Don't take it out on the people you're serving and customers. Don't take it out to the field. No. You may need to keep it at home, do your work, go back and take your problems and continue crying, right? But you need to act like a professional. That's why you can see people smiling at work when they're going through a lot. And sometimes it depends on the nature of the workplace before you can really open up to people, and talk. But you need to make sure that you are highly emotionally intelligent. Regulate your mood at work. When you are executing a project, you need to make sure that you are okay. You need to remain very positive and enthusiastic. Very positive human beings. Very positive, heavily positive. Negativity is contagious, but what is more contagious is positive energy with high enthusiasm. Don't be the one who is always complaining. Don't be the one who is always crying. Be the one who brings solutions to difficult situations. Be the ones who encourage other people. Be the one who bring people together. Be the one talking about unity and teamwork and collaboration. Be the one making people to laugh. Oh yes, be the one making fun. Be the one making sure that the environment is lively and full of hard work. It's very powerful. Be the one leading people to a beautiful destination. Be the one encouraging people, hey guys, this is our goals. We are supposed to do this in Kumba, in Boya, in Limbe, in Douala. We have to make sure that we achieve this goal. You are encouraging them. You are clapping for them. You can even decide and take your personal money and buy everybody bonbon or biscuit or whatever. But you are just being the leader. You are bringing positive energy and enthusiasm and encouraging people to produce the results that the NGO is expecting from you. So this way is important when it comes to conducting yourself at work. Communicate respectfully. Number 6 area of focus when we're talking about how you carry or conduct yourself at work. Communication is the lifeline of every organization. Communication is the lifeline of any organization. So you're going to communicate. You're going to heavily communicate. And how you communicate is very important. There are people that have very good things to say, but how they say it is crazy. Both from the bosses to the employees and all of that. There is a way, there is nothing wrong correcting me. But how you say it matters. There's nothing wrong correcting somebody. There's nothing wrong when somebody corrects you. But the challenge is how they do it. Communication. Communication. Your tone and language are very important when you communicate. You need to be conscious of that, and you need to be intentional about that. Okay, you must filter your words, you must check how you communicate and all of that. Don't just speak anyhow. Don't even to your colleagues, to your supervisors, to your executives. No, filter your words, check your tone, make sure it's respectful, it's clear, it's concise, they understand what you're trying to say. Intentionally invest in upgrading your ability to communicate. Now, why is it important? Why is communication important? It improves workplace and team collaboration. There's no way we can collaborate if we cannot talk and understand each other. There is absolutely no way. No way. So clear, respectful, concise communication is very important. It promotes that teamwork. It promotes that environment where people can begin to thrive. If you are learning something, can you type in the chat box, I am learning something. Type in the chat box. Let me make sure that people are here. Type in the chat box. Are you learning something? Type in the chat box, I am learning something. Good, good, good. I see Billy. Billy says she's learning something. Lovette says she's learning. Lizzie says learning. Sir Edward says he's learning. Good, 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 good. Good to know, good to know. All right, let's proceed. Let's proceed. Number two, the second importance of communication is that it enhances the brand image of the institution, right? You know, the way people talk is very powerful. The way people talk, it represents a brand. It enhances a brand and all of that. I do a lot of training for people who want to be public speakers and trainers. And I mentored a young man and he went and trained. He copied a lot of my style of training and all of that. And he went and spoke somewhere in training and somebody moved up to him and said, do you work with Joybert? The guy said, no. I said, but he trained me. You see, just that is brand image, the way he was communicating. I'm not saying that I should copy other people, but I'm just giving an example of the way you communicate, the way you talk about the institution, the way you talk about your projects that you're doing. For example, one thing about NGO is that when you start doing impact in the community, they will invite you guys to be on radios and TVs and all of that. And many a times it will be volunteers like you will be the ones that the executives will send to TVs and radios to talk about what you're doing on ground, right? And how you communicate will either build the image of the organization or destroy it. You see, how you carry yourself, how you conduct yourself in that communication is very important. Show me anybody who knows how to communicate. I will show you somebody who people respect. People that are very poor in communication, they don't know how to talk fluently, clearly. They don't talk straight. They don't know how to make sense in what they're saying. You know, there are some people that when they want to talk as I was trying to say, you hear, but or they cannot speak clearly. They cannot speak very fluent, right? And it doesn't represent a good brand, okay? Now, another thing about communication is that it shows your competence and your confidence. Okay, so invest in your communication. The next thing talks about it builds competence. It builds competence. The way you conduct yourself at work and the way you communicate builds your competence, right? It makes you become a better person full of capacity to get the work done. Next, it adds to the overall growth of the organization. Oh, yes. When employees behave well, when employees conduct themselves well, when employees carry themselves well, when you, the volunteers, do all of these well, it will impact the vision of this amazing NGO that you will be volunteering with. So you need to invest in that and play your role as a professional. Now, there's no way we can talk about how you carry yourself in the workplace without talking about being a leader, without talking about leadership. And leadership is very important when it comes to carrying yourself, because first of all, everybody is a leader. Leadership is not about leading people. Leadership is a mindset. Leadership is your ability to take initiative, solve problems, influence people, inspire people. They always say that if you can inspire one human being on earth, you are a leader. Even your junior brother or junior sister. If your junior brother, junior sister can look at you and be inspired, you are a leader. If you go to the field to execute projects on behalf of Skylight Association NGO, and those people in the community, those students, those young people look at you and they are inspired and they are challenged, you are a leader. You listening to me right now, you are a leader. So you are first a leader first before leading people. It's very important to have this mindset and to understand. And as a leader, you need to understand certain leadership styles that you can use at work. The first one is what they call the democratic or participative leadership style. It is very people-oriented. It's very people opinion-oriented. This kind of leadership style encourages a lot of conversation and participation in decision making. For example, let us say that when you start volunteering and Mr. Edward calls all of you in the office of the association, and they're thinking, this particular project, should we carry out this project in Limbe, in Motengane, or in Tiko? There are 3 towns. We don't know which one to do. And then he decides to throw the conversation to all the volunteers during a volunteer meeting. He now presents, oh, there is this project that we have conceived, but we are thinking of the location where to execute the project. This project can be executed in any of the towns and there will be impact. We want to pick one town and focus on it. You, the volunteers, what do you think? That is participative management and leadership, involving all of you in the conversation and in the decision making. Situational leadership is the way you act depending on the situation. This leadership is so powerful when you merge it with agility, how dynamic you are, how you quickly fit into a situation no matter what you're going through. You are not static, no. You quickly adapt depending on the situation. Let me give you an example. You are sent to go and do a project in Kumba, for example. And you reach Kumba, you notice that the hotel that maybe they book for you, instead of the hotel being 15,000 francs, they now tell you that price has changed and the hotel is now 20,000 francs. That is a situation that needs situational leadership. And let's imagine that you are trying to call the office that this is the situation and nobody's number is going through or your phone is off. What will you do? It's only you right there. You need to become a situational leader. That is a situation. Maybe you decide, okay, is there a cheaper hotel? And where is it located? Or are you going to talk with the hotel management and tell them, okay, look, I'm going to be here for 4 days and I work with this NGO and we are just entering this town and I'll keep coming in this town. So give me a discount and have me as a customer for a long time. You begin to think of ways that you can adapt, to begin to use your leadership, right? You don't just sit and you're crying, oh, hotel bill has increased, oh, my phone is off, start crying. Somebody will help you. Tears don't move people anymore. People also have their own problems. So you think they will leave their problems and come to solve their own problems? No. So you need to wear that situational leadership cloud. Take charge of the situation. Let me guarantee all of you, as you go to the field to create impact, as you go to the field to serve your communities, you are going to meet situations that you will not need to consult the office. You will need to act immediately according to the situation at hand. You go to a village and there's no network. What will you do? You cannot call, somebody cannot call you, but there is a situation. You will need to act. You will need to act as the leader that you are. And you have that capacity. You need to believe in yourself, the confidence, and act according to the vision of the organization. You need to do that. Servant leadership. This is the core of leadership, especially in an environment like this. This servant leadership is based on the idea that you focus on serving other people. You put other people first. You put the team first. You put the organization vision first. You don't prioritize your own objectives, right? You like to see other people succeed. Of course, not at the detriment of your own life, because you need to be alive to be a leader. But you are focusing on, like, for example, you need to be a servant leader to volunteer, because you're coming here, you are putting the vision of the organization first. You are putting the community where you're going to impact first. That is servant leadership. That is servant leadership. So it is very important for you to be conscious about that, and of course, work on everybody, okay? And it is important for you to know that and consciously serve people, and for you to act responsibly at work. You need to be conscious of these leadership styles. You need to be very, very conscious of these leadership styles. Therefore, to conclude, as we round up, one thing about leadership is that leadership is impact and influence. Impact and influence. Anybody who is a true leader creates impact for other people and can influence other people. Let me give you an example of influence. You go to a village school, or you go to a school in Tico, and you're giving a talk on the importance of education. And a young person comes up to you and says, "Sir, ma, I hate school. I want to be a music artist. I want to be a footballer. I don't like to go to school." What will you do? As the leader that you are, your responsibility is to influence that child to make the right decisions in life. You will need to sit with that child and have an influential conversation that will impact their opinion and their thoughts about school. You start telling them, "Oh, I agree with you. It's good to be passionate, and I see that you love music so much. That is very important. But do you know that without the right knowledge, you will not know how to manage the money you will make from music? Do you know that there are musicians that were once very rich and they ended up poor because they lacked the knowledge to manage the money that was coming in?" So therefore, go to school not because you want to get a job, but go to school because you need that knowledge to manage your fame and to manage your money that you're making as an artist. Education will make you a better musician. That is you advising that child. That is you influencing the thought process of that particular student. Leadership is impact. When you go to a community, you make sure that the people you encounter, they never remain the same. You need to impact this organization as a volunteer. Impact this organization. You're coming to an organization that they have a vision, they have objectives, and they have projects to do in various communities. Leave your impact in that organization by helping this organization to achieve their goals and their objectives. That alone is impact. So I want to challenge you. Make sure that you change the way you carry yourself and conduct yourself at work when you start volunteering. Even before you even start working on projects, start from today in your house. Start from today in your community. From tomorrow morning, let the way you talk with your neighbors change. Let the way you think change. Let the way you dress change. The way you conduct yourself. Become like a professional. Think, act, and dress like where you are going to. Stop thinking and acting like everybody else around you. No, no, no. Think, talk, act, and dress like where you are going to. Don't use your environment to control your own actions. Okay? I hope that you were challenged, you were inspired, and you got some lessons that you will use to become a better professional and a better volunteer. Remember that the session was recorded and will be made available in the group, so you can actually go through. If you had network issues, you just want to catch up and make sure that you are inspired again, you're challenged, and you make some new decisions. So we're going to take questions now, and then we'll run up for today. Questions, any questions, comments, that's fine. Anyone works. Questions. Questions or comments. Right, thank you so much, Ruben, neighbor Ruben, for your comments. Happy to hear that it was powerful. Thank you for that. Salome, thank you. Happy to hear that you are being impacted. Lisa, thank you for letting us know that it was insightful. Thank you, Lovette. Good to hear that. Awesome. Any question for us? It could be a question from yesterday, today. Any question, you can ask, you can text if needed. All right, happy to hear that it was impactful. Thank you for your feedback. And remember that our goal, and this still falls within the vision of this NGO. If after you serve with this NGO, you become a better human being, you are part of their success story. The impact of their vision starts with you. And that's why they paid for this training, for you to be trained for free. Oh yes, they paid for it. They paid for it. For me to lead a training, so if you are supposed to attend my training, if you are supposed to pay individually for our training session, it will not cost you less than 100,000 to be trained and certified. Right? So this is what they are investing this in you so that you also become a success. You become a professional, a young person with the right mindset, right character, right skills, and somebody who will move forward and succeed. Tomorrow, same time, we're going to have an amazing session, and you'll be transformed again, and you will grow to the next level as a professional. Take care of yourself and have a good night. God bless you.